What I'm basically saying here, Tony, is I'm a glass half full kind of guy.
That's how I've always seen it. Thank you. 2XO. I got to admit, I've seen the bottle around, but I didn't know what 2XO was until you realize it's about a double oak technique. And you're like, oh, well, now I want to drink that. It's Eat, Drink, Smoke. I'm Tony Katz. That is Fingers Malloy. Find everything at eatdrinksmokeshow.com. That's what we are having today. The 2XO Oak Series American Oak. It says American Oak on there. Yes, it does. You don't have to check. This is from Dixon Dedman of Kentucky Owl fame. I'm wondering if we've done 2XO before.
I believe we have.
Not this one, though.
No, I don't think so. But I specifically remember saying that 2XO is better than 1XO, but not as good as 3XO.
This comes in right here at 47% alcohol by volume or 94 proof. No applause. Fingers Malloy does not applaud for anything that is under 100 proof. I poured big today.
Yeah, you did.
I poured very, very
I was
large.
watching you pour, and I was like, okay, he's going to quit. No, he's still pouring.
No.
Has it been a day?
No quitting Tony Katz. That's absolutely right. I like the color here, right? A little darker, a little orangey right here. Not maybe as rich as you might like in some of those ambers, but it's a nice color. Sticking to the glass a little bit in that nose, Fingers Malloy.
Little oak.
All right, there's a little ethanol. Oh, yeah. I got a little hot on the nostril right there.
Are you getting a little honey on top of some caramel and oak, and then the ethanol that you're referring to?
There's a little ethanol for sure. Nose is started as sweet, then got kind of rich, very, very full. I don't know what I would call that. I'm trying to think of. There's fruit, but it's not. Maybe we play in the stone fruits. It's not overwhelming. It's certainly not orchard. It's certainly not bright. It's certainly not berries.
It's not citrus.
No, it is not.
But I'll tell you what it is. If you get past that little bit of that ethanol,
there's
it's
a little
nice.
bit of ethanol.
It's nice.
I'm not complaining. I'm not complaining about it at all. But enough sniffing. Fingers Malloy. You ready for this?
It's my favorite song, by the way. Enough Sniffing.
Enough sniffing.
Yeah, it's off of Alabama's third album, Alabama 3.
Are you ready for this?
I've been ready for this all day.
Fingers Malloy is going to do what's known as the Kentucky Chew. That is moving the juice around the palate, getting a feel for the flavors. I like the two-sip theory. The two-sip theory. I'm going to say it again, the two-sip theory. The first sip to set the taste buds. The second sip to really get an idea of where the flavors are. Yeah, I'm still hit by that ethanol, but there is a sweetness. There is a pleasantness underneath it. It's just, for me, the ethanol is hitting a little bit harder. I don't know why.
It's nice. First of all, nice little bit of sting on the tongue, gentle warmth in the chest, nice bit of oak. There is that caramel that I referenced on the nose. It does transfer to the palate. And a bit of spice. It's very nice. I really like it. I don't know if I want to monkey with it by putting water in it later in the show, but I will for Eat, Drink, Smoke Nation.
You are a great American.
But I'm very curious to see what you think, Tony.
I'm going in. This is the 2XO, the Oak Series American Oak. Going in.
He's going in, ladies and gentlemen, and he's doing what we like to call the Memphis Munch, the Chattanooga Chomp, the Saginaw Swish. And?
Oh, that's way sweeter than I thought it was going to be. That is way sweeter.
He's going in. That's why he made the big pour. He knew he was going to go in for seconds right away. But too sweet for Tony?
No. Oh, wow. I just swallowed that in a big gulp, and that hurt.
You okay?
That is sweeter. That has got vanilla. That's got caramel. It's rich. It's almost syrupy. That is a big mouthfeel, fully coating the tongue The lips have a little bit of sting. You can feel it in the cheek. I have to work now. Now I feel the heat center chest.
Okay.
Right, like through the sternum. I feel it right there.
But that's not like, oh my gosh, that's nearly 100 proof.
No, it's not painful. It is much more luscious than I would have thought. It's much creamier. The guys over at Whiskey Advocate said whipped cream, and I think they're on to something because it is much more about a feel than maybe about a flavor, but it's a way to describe the cream. I think that's really, really nice.
I'm getting that. I'm noticing that, especially on the finish. Like it really lingers, and I could see where you would get that. So there's a creamy finish to it.
And I'm not going to lie, it's a little smoky.
Really?
Oh,
I'm not getting that.
Hold on.
Go back in for thirds. Not judging. So smoky, huh?
There's a sweetness that kind of counteracts the concept of the bourbon caramel that you would normally maybe want or expect. But there's a lot of good happening in here. A tremendous. I can't wait to put this on a cube. I can't wait to see what that's like. But I could see how people are doing this. I could see how people are sipping this. There's real richness going on with this bourbon. This is the 2XO. This is the American Oak. And you can find the website, by the way, at 2XO, number 2XOwhiskey.com. Fingers Malloy, this was released back in 2023.
Mm-hmm.
Is this in your liquor cabinet for $49.99 a bottle?
Without putting it through more of a test with the cool drops of water in it, at this point, I would say yes.
I want it on the cube to know if it's in my liquor cabinet. But off the cuff, off the first, I definitely see how this is in somebody's liquor cabinet. This is a flavor that's going to work for people, right? Not overwhelming on the proof, so therefore not this overarching punch, but that sweet, still feeling some oak, that finish that plays no bitter whatsoever, feeling it in the cheek, that fullness. Yeah. There's something here to appreciate, for sure. That is interesting. Do I want more oak? Yes. Would I like a little less sweetness? Absolutely. For me, a little less sweetness, a little more oak. And I it's not that I want this big spice bomb, but I think that would just be there'd be just a touch more balance that makes me say, oh, absolutely.
See,
oh, happy day.
For me, it presented with much more oak than it did for you. And I think this is where we're really starting to notice a difference in our palates, because I have such a ridiculous sweet tooth. This doesn't feel overly sweet to me.
But it is.
It is sweet. Yes, it is. But that's not the first thing that hit me was the oak.
Really?
Yeah. I was like, oh, that's oak. And then everything else started hitting me
later for me. And I would like a better balance, but we'll see what the cube has to bring. We'll see what the water brings for Fingers Malloy. Find everything at eatdrinksmokeshow.com and follow us on Instagram, Eat Drink Smoke Podcast, and the Twitter X, Go Eat Drink Smoke. This is Eat Drink Smoke. Everything is stupid expensive. It's stupid what's going on. Gold is $4,100 an ounce. It might be more by the time you hear this. It's crazy. What is going on is surreal. And there's this report from Kelley Blue Book that kind of proves the point. It's Eat, Drink, Smoke. I'm Tony Katz. That is Fingers Malloy. Find it all at eatdrinksmokeshow.com. If you would, we'd appreciate it if you'd head on over there and be a part of what we're doing and what we're growing. Kelley Blue Book has this story where the new vehicle average transaction price is over $50,000 for the first time ever. A new car, on average, $50K. Go ahead, Fingers. Explain it to me.
Cars are really expensive now.
Thank you, Fingers. I appreciate that incredible update.
But it is amazing to look at the data. And unfortunately, I had seen a few stories about this. And it was, I believe, 5 years ago it was just 40,000. It's gone up to 50,000 in just 5 years. There's so many things going into this, between new regulations as far as what needs to go into a vehicle. There's the tariff conversation. There is the supply chain issues that automotive manufacturers have had, and also market demand. People are willing to pay that amount of money for a new vehicle, so automotive manufacturers are going to charge that kind of money for that vehicle.
The ATP, which is the average transaction price, was about 50,000 for the first time. If you take a look at MSRP, 2026 models are now hitting lots. The MSRP reached an average $52,183. The average price. Now, you've got luxury vehicles, you've got electric vehicles, which of course raising the average price of everything, even though less and less electric vehicles are being sold because the madness of the push from the federal government is non-existent any longer. You've also done away with the subsidies now, so that's going to change the electric vehicle market. And there's some cool electric vehicles out there. You know, full disclosure, I work with a local car company here in Indianapolis called Andy Moore Ford. I drive their Ford vehicles, and I'm driving the Ford Lightning, which is the electric pickup. And I'm telling you, it's incredible. It is sensational, but it has to fit a certain lifestyle. You know, I work from home. It fits perfectly. I have a friend that has the Hummer EV, which is unbelievable. But again, it has to fit a certain lifestyle. It is not a for everybody a vehicle. But there are now more than 60 models with an average transaction price above 75,000, sales nearing 94,000 units, 7.4% of total industry sales, up from 6% in 2024. And then, you know, of that, the Cadillac Escalade is still the big dog in that group. You have mentioned on the show before that people are doing not 5-year loans, 6-year loans. No, not 6-year loans, 7-year loans. No, not 7-year loans, 8-year loans, which you have to do to make $50,000 work for a budget.
Yeah.
Is this based on, you've brought this up before, all the added nonsense they're putting into cars that no one actually cares about? Is this a labor conversation? Is this a technology premium conversation? Or is this, well, what are you going to do? Not buy a new car? Not have a new car in the neighborhood where everyone's got a new car? Okay. Best of luck to you at the PTA meeting.
Yeah, it's all of that. It's absolutely all of that. Labor prices have, labor costs have gone up. You know, regulations, you continue to have new things. And a lot of it's just like nickel and dime stuff, like the alarm that lets you know that, to remind you that.
Oh, good gosh. That the kid that you don't have is in the back seat?
Yes.
It's so gross.
Backup cameras.
It's gross.
I mean, you just one right after another, you know, and after a while.
Backup camera is a world-class invention. The backup camera is spectacular. The thing that tells you if a car is coming from the right or from the left, incredible. The thing that tries to keep you in your lane, the person who invented that should be sent to Siberia. Yeah.
We're getting to the point now, I believe in 10 years, no one will know how to parallel park anymore because more and more vehicles have the self-parallel park.
Do I or do I not, in my garage, have a 1999 Mazda Miata so I could teach my kids how to drive a stick?
Yes.
That got it to teach them to drive a stick and then to work on a car that's pretty easy to work on. Doing spark plugs this weekend.
Oh, nice.
Plugs and wires. I don't think we have the gapper.
I was going to say, do you have the gapper?
No, we've got everything else. We don't have the gapper. We got to get the gap thing.
Probably 3 or 4.
I wonder if that's in the box with the spark plugs.
Not usually.
No, I got to go to the gapper.
The gauge is probably, well, last time I bought one was $3.
Right.
So but most of them are already gapped properly, but you need to double check everyone's work. You know why, Tony?
Why?
Because almost everyone is terrible at their job.
Terrible at their jobs. But learning stick, stick is a lost art. Parallel parking, it's not that tough.
I freely admit, I've never driven a stick.
I don't
And
even
this
know
is
how it's possible.
and this is coming from someone who has a Harley Davidson. I ride a motorcycle, and you have you have to manual shift on a motorcycle. But my parents never had a manual transmission car. I always had continued to drive automatics. Now it's getting really hard to find a car anymore that has a manual transmission that's brand new. I mean, you have to get a sports car.
Yeah, there are only a few. I will tell you, I've been driving the Miata, and first of all, I look ridiculous in it. I look whatever kind of crisis I'm having, I look like. But I'm so damn happy when I drive it. I don't care.
I'm sure.
Convertible stick. It has an aftermarket exhaust, and the sound is just delicious. It's fantastic. But if you're on the open road, because it's only a 5-speed, and you're going 60, if you go 62, the whole car will fall apart. It's a go-kart.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. And in Indianapolis and near Indianapolis, there's a town called Carmel that has more roundabouts than any other city in the country. It's known for its roundabouts. And if you take those at some level of speed, whee! You are sliding everywhere. But it's fantastic. I found out, so we had the car for a while, and then the right rear went flat. It's like, okay, we need new tires. Okay, we just bought the car, we used, we get new tires. It's still happening. The right rear tire. And so I call the tire guy. I'm like, what's the deal here? And he goes, it could be that the chrome is peeling. I'm like, so does that mean that it's like cutting into the tire? No, it could be that the chrome is peeled and now the tire doesn't fit properly on the rim.
So you got to get new rims.
Got to get new rims. That wasn't what I wanted. Getting new rims was not the thing that I had planned for in this vehicle. I am not interested in this thing nickel and diming me. You know, if I got to do something with the engine, I get it. New rims?
You've got a 26-year-old vehicle. You're going to be nickel and dimed.
Son of a... I paid like nothing for the...
Did you pay nickels and dimes for it?
I paid nickels and rolled up. You know, but I did pay nickels and dimes for it. No, you should know I don't drive a stick.
It looks like a lot of fun.
A lot of money for a car. Yeah, a lot. Eat, drink, smoke. Eat, drink, smoke. It is your cigar, bourbon, foodie extravaganza. Tony Katz, fingers Malloy right there. Find it all at eatdrinksmokeshow.com. This is the Alec Bradley Gatekeeper Toro 6x52. It is an Ecuadorian Habano wrapper, Nicaraguan in the binder. The filler is Nicaraguan and Dominican, coming in at just about $13 a stick. And that cedar spice, as I would describe it, has calmed down a bit now that we're in the second third of this cigar, deeply into it. And that's where the tobacco forward's coming out. And now I'm a yes. This is where I like to be in the cigar, and this is why you got to buy one and try it to see where you are with it. If that spice is too much, again, I think that medium analysis. I think it's certainly medium plus for sure. But it is a well-constructed cigar. Fingers, you've had a little trouble keeping yours lit. I have not had that trouble. That can happen from time to time. Nice stick, great hand feel. That wrapper feels fantastic, oily, a little bit gritty right there. A beefy stick, really felt it had the weight and good in the hand. I like this cigar.
Yeah, I agree with you wholeheartedly about the tobacco forward. And now I don't know if because I've had to light it quite a bit in the last 15, 20 minutes, I'm not getting that ammonia that you get sometimes when you relight it over and over again. It gets too hot. Yeah. But it's almost like a hay I'm getting right now, going along with that tobacco forward that you mentioned, and then that spice has really subsided for me. But at $13, less than $13 a stick, with $12.70.
$12.70.
Yeah. Let's go with $12.70.
I love it.
Yeah, it's in my humidor.
It is in my humidor. And moving my bourbon here onto the rocks. Let's get getting rid of a little bit of water right there.
Let me get my dropper.
Yes. This is the 2XO we're doing right here. This is 2XO, number 2XO whiskey. com. Their double oak technique. This is the American Oak Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey. I said 47%. I apologize. 46% alcohol by volume, which puts it in at 92 proof, not 94 proof. Fingers, my apologies there. It was this unique sweet that was going on. Certainly the nose had a bit of ethanol to it, but it was a little bit of like whipped cream going on. And I thought maybe it was kind of like a stone fruits is where it was at. There was definitely an oak in there. I'd like to see the oak a little bit more to maybe counteract, but I put it on the rocks. That's how you know it's fresh. And I'm going in. Because I think the cube is going to do something to it, right? Ice, it's water. Water brings down proof. It can open up the bourbon. Some flavors a little more pronounced, some a little more muted. Here we go.
He's going in, ladies and gentlemen. He's got the big rocks glass with a couple of cubes in there, and he's doing the Memphis Munch.
That was a big sip.
Yeah? And?
Oh, yeah.
So what did it do?
Oh, there's a little more spice happening on the tongue. That lusciousness is a little bit cut. There's a little more oak that's happening, and the sweet now just makes sense. There's a little more fruit. There's a little more fruit happening on the tongue itself. No heat at all in the center chest now. Maybe feeling it in the lower chest. Oh, that's not bad at all.
Oh, look at you. Oh. You look so happy.
Oh. Much better on the cube. This is a couple ice chips. Much better.
Okay. Well,
on the cube.
I was wondering, about putting water in here because I thought that it may bring out more spice, and now you're starting with that analysis to make me think that that's probably going to happen with me.
I don't know.
We'll see what happens.
He added a little bit of water from the dropper that he did not bring with him once again. He has droppers to put in the right amount of water. But water does change it. It changes the complexion of the bourbon. And you have to do this. You need to go through this and try this in all the ways to see which one is right for you. And a bourbon you don't like neat, you might like on a cube. You might like with water. You might say, no, I don't want water on this. I only want it neat.
For the first time, I'm getting that kind of stone fruit note that you were talking about. That water brought down the spice for me and actually brought down a little bit of the oak for me. Before, the first thing that I noticed was the oak.
Right.
Didn't notice it off the bat with a little bit of water in there, but that fruit, that stone fruit that you mentioned, I can see where you're getting that now. The caramel is there, that oak, and the spice is still there, but it's a little bit more subdued than it was before.
Interesting.
I would not be unhappy either having it neat or with water in it. It's at
$49.99. You're still a yes.
I'm still all in. Yep.
Yeah. I think yes. I think having it on the cube, the answer is yes. This could be in my liquor cabinet.
So let me ask you this.
Go ahead.
Because I feel like you're hesitating a little bit on the yes. Is it because you'd rather, with this flavor profile, it be more of a $40 bottle? And is this a value question?
No, this is a palate question. I think it's much better on the cube. I would like a little more, as I said, a little more oak in there.
Okay.
That would make me happier. But I get it. And I could see the value that people would put in this as a nice bottle of bourbon that they have. $49.99 is not a cheap price, but it is more and more a standard price. So I can see this. I can understand where this is because that presentation would work. I'm like, okay, that's very, very nice.
Yeah.
It's time, Fingers Malloy, for News of the Week.
Tony, the New York Post has the story, corporate media continues to struggle. NBC News is preparing for its largest round of layoffs in years. About 7% of the workforce in the newsroom is going to be laid off.
How many?
7%, 150 jobs.
Okay.
And, you got the whole rebrand with MSNBC.
Now becoming MSNOW. That's literally what they're calling it. News Opinion World.
MSNOW?
Yes. MSNOW.
So many jokes. Having said that,
As opposed to Miss Right Now.
there it is. There it is.
By the way, terrible rebrand name. Awful. Awful. Might as well call it New Coke. Terrible rename.
They would have been better off just coming up with something completely different than trying to incorporate the MS in it.
Right.
Just, Peacock, for instance. It's the whole NBC umbrella. You got the Peacock app and, you stream from Peacock. They should have come up with something different.
Could have gone with nostalgia and called it pets.com.
There you go. I was going to go with Enron. You went with pets.com. But still, the message is the same. It's going to be interesting.
I hear Bear Stearns is still available. Too soon? No?
Oh, if you look at my stock portfolio, it's too soon. Having said that.
Nothing but Enron, Bear Stearns, and TWA.
Thank God. I thought we were going to go a full episode without a TWA reference.
Never going to happen.
But this is going to happen all over.
Yeah.
I mean, this is not an NBC, MSNBC problem. This is a corporate media problem. And, some media outlets are trying to shake things up. CBS News.
iHeart, which owns radio stations across the country, laid off of, over 50 people last week? And you know who lamented it? No one.
Yeah.
With all due respect, I am not going to lament NBC News doing layoffs. I'm not going to lament for these people. If you lost your job, hey, that stinks. Losing your job stinks. But no one is guaranteed a job. The market forces are very, very real here. So many people are getting into this game and providing quote unquote news, and people are going to all these other bifurcated spots. You can't think that the model is going to work for forever. And some people aren't necessary as models change, as AI comes, as job descriptions morph, and more people are doing more for less. You may not like it, but it is what it is. I don't know what else I'm supposed to say.
This is Eat, Drink, Smoke.
Sure, you can do that too. After considering what my life has been like being married, and I'm staying married. My marriage is very, very good. The one thing that my wife and I have concluded is that the wedding was a terrible idea. It's Eat, Drink, Smoke. I'm Tony Katz. That is Fingers Malloy. Find it all at eatdrinksmokeshow.com. Yes, Fingers?
Sha-la-la-la.
Terrible idea. Why did we spend that money on those people, half of whom we don't talk to anymore, another quarter of which are dead? What was the point?
See, for me, half of them are dead, and the other, at least a quarter of them, we don't talk to anymore.
We could have done 3 weeks in Italy, and those memories would still be with us. It's not that we didn't have a good time. It's not that people didn't have a good time. It's that no. The Italy trip would have been better. For us, it would have been better because it was never about the wedding. It's about the marriage.
Okay, let me pose this question to you. You and I are, right around our, we're in our late 30s. We've seen it all. We've been
there and we've done that.
Yes. Been to, I don't know, a couple dozen weddings. I don't know about you.
Maybe 4. Maybe 6.
You've been to 4 or 6 weddings?
Yeah.
I've been in 4 weddings.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Have I've been in 1 wedding?
I'm Mr. Personality.
I've been in 1 wedding.
And you were both you and I. We both have been an officiant at a wedding.
Yes, I have been an officiant. I forgot about that one. I've been an officiant at a wedding.
Okay, so
I just have not been to hundreds of weddings like lots of people.
So, how many people really want to go to somebody else's wedding?
I don't know. I don't know. Depends on the person.
I feel like especially once you reach a certain age, it's one thing if you're like in your early 20s, you're like, woo, open bar. But for the most part, I feel like most people, unless it's like a really close relative,
right,
think to themselves, I do not want to go to this wedding. I don't care if it's an open bar. Why would they pick Labor Day weekend? Why would they do a destination wedding? I don't want to go to this wedding. I don't want to. I got to put on a suit and go to and pretend to like other people and show up. I feel like 80% of the people that attend the wedding feel like they have to be there and don't really want to be there.
I don't know if the number's 80%.
80%.
But there's definitely those people. But by the way, we love here at Eat, Drink, Smoke. And if you would like to invite us to your wedding, we will show up. We'll wear tuxes. We will cut and light cigars for everybody that's there. We won't bring you the cigars. You have to pay for those yourself. But we will do it. We will come to your wedding. Just email fingers@eatdrinksmokeshow.com. We'll take care of that. The reason I bring up weddings, Fingers Malloy, is there's this story from the New York Post. Shocking number of Americans open to having a sponsored wedding. Survey of 2,000 Americans. 61% said they'd consider having a brand sponsor for their big day or would have considered it at the time they initially got married. And the answer is, sure, why not?
Oh, I'm glad that's where you were going with this. I thought this was a whole, I'll sponsor your wedding with an indecent proposal. And next thing you know, Robert Redford runs off with your wife for $500,000. Or was it $1 million?
It was $1 million.
It was $1 million.
She's worth more than $500,000. She's worth more than that. Don't be ridiculous. No, Tony Katz is getting married, brought to you by Subway. The catering is taken care of.
What?
Subway, marrying people and flavor.
I thought you were going to say Mary Fresh.
Oh, that would have been better. Damn it. Yeah, I could see it. Okay. I could see it. And honestly, the tuxedo with like a patch like you're in NASCAR.
I'd like to thank the Texaco team for putting this wedding together. Name off like 5 sponsors in the wedding video.
Right? And you do pit stops and your groomsmen change your shoes and get you a drink. Oh, I love this whole idea.
You know what's unfortunate about this is, while I love the idea, you walk up, you walk down the aisle and your tuxedo has a Nike swoosh on it.
Right.
The only people where you could see this getting done are the people who could afford to throw the wedding to begin with. Like, I'm pretty sure Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce could have their wedding sponsored by someone.
Oh, but in their case, so many things are going to be donated because they want to say we provided that. Oh, that's going to happen for sure. For sure. Now, you're asking the question is, would a brand see any value in this whatsoever? And the answer is, I have no idea.
Well, one thing I know is people ask all the time, what's it like to go to a wedding for someone as rich as Taylor Swift? Give you one example. At the ceremony, afterwards, the reception, they'll have 2 cakes.
What? Dude, did you not have 2 cakes?
It's a Norm Macdonald joke.
Is it?
Yeah. Norm Macdonald. Gone too soon.
Oh, totally gone too soon.
Yeah, you had the 2 cakes. You had the one cake that you cut into to do the whole bride and groom. Now, how do you feel about the bride and groom cutting the cake, and then one of the Weisenheimers in the couple decides to shove the cake in the other person's face?
Immediate divorce. Shove cake in my face. Just kidding. And I walk. Gone. It's not cute. It's not funny. You're a jerk of a person. End of discussion.
But what if Pepperidge Farms sponsored the cake smash?
Wedding cake brought to you by Entwins? Well, wait, if you're doing it for the sponsor and you're like, well, it's how we're paying for the wedding, smash away.
If you make the announcement after the fact that they paid for it. I didn't want to, but I like Pepperidge Farms.
So in your scenario, this has to be a secret kept from the audience.
Yes, until after the fact when people are disgusted by and making bets.
I don't know if they're disgusted by it. I have no idea if they are disgusted by it or not.
I feel like people are taking side bets at that point. Do we give this 5 years? Do they make it 10 years?
Oh, that they're doing. But they're doing that anyway.
That's true.
You've never been at a wedding? Because I said I haven't been to a ton. Been to a wedding and turned to your girlfriend or your spouse or whoever you're with and be like, 6 months tops.
Yeah, because that person, and I'm not pointing out which gender, that person's crazy. This is not going to last.
Everybody has done that. Do you think that the people who attended your wedding to the lovely Mrs. Malloy, do you think that they were saying, yeah, this isn't going to last?
Probably.
Oh, I will bet you any amount of money that got said at my wedding. I will bet you any amount of money that got said at my wedding.
Well, partly for me is because Mrs. Malloy is my third wife.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's a thing.
She doesn't know that though. Oh, shouldn't have said that in the microphone.
Don't worry, she doesn't listen to the podcast.
That's true.
She's working on her fourth husband. She's got no time.
By the way, no cake stuffing. By the way, at our
oh, absolutely not.
I just find that so. And the other thing too is it's so played out.
Mm-hmm.
You know, what do you follow that with YMCA? You know, there's certain things just like, do you really have to do that?
Well, I think it's just okay if you play YMCA at your wedding.
But do you play it right after the cake smash?
Oh, immediately after?
Yes, immediately after.
I don't know. I'm not a wedding DJ.
Oh, well.
By the way, we will DJ your wedding. And after the cake smash, we will play YMCA.
Well, you need the construction helmet anyway.
Got it. Don't ask why. I also have the Indian feathers. Judge me not is what you will do.
That's just fun.
We are drinking the 2XO. This is the Oak Series American Oak. 46% alcohol by volume, 92 proof. Better on the cube. But, hold on, I'm just going to go back in real quick because the cube is all gone.
Good for you. Going back in one more time.
Yeah. On the cube, it's a nice bourbon. On the cube, it's a nice bourbon. $49.99 is the bottle. And smoking the Gatekeeper from Alec and Bradley. This was the 6x52. The Toro. It has turned into a lot of spice at the first. Nice cigar at $12.70 a stick.
Outstanding.
Find everything we do at eatdrinksmokeshow.com and follow on Instagram, Eat Drink Smoke Podcast. It's Eat Drink Smoke.
Follow Eat Drink Smoke on social media, on Twitter at Go Eat Drink Smoke, on Facebook, facebook.com/Eat Drink Smoke, and Instagram at Eat Drink Smoke Podcast. Hey, you made it all the way through to the end of this video. We're proud of you.
You should watch more of our videos. Make sure you subscribe right there to Eat, Drink, Smoke, wherever it is you get your videos, on YouTube, on Rumble, and don't forget Instagram, Eat, Drink, Smoke Podcast, where we've got the shorts and some very cool things going on.